Hi, my name is Louise Holcomb and I'm here today to share a gentle practice about an hour long, so give yourself, at least 50 minutes longer if you want, longer relaxation. I am really excited to bring this to you from Luna Yoga and everyone in the in the Luna Yoga Frederick community. As a gift during this time. So this will be gentle. We're not going to do anything particularly crazy today as far as our practice goes, but just know that everything that I'm saying, everything I'm suggesting, everything I'm doing with my body up here is just like an invitation to you. You can modify it, you can ignore me altogether and do your own thing in parts or throughout the whole thing if you want to. Take as many rests as you need to. This is your practice, this is for you. So I'm just here giving some suggestions, but really the main message I want to share with you today is just to really hone in, listen to what your body needs today. That's the most important. So with that in mind, we're going to give our bodies just a nice resting pose to start with. So we're going to come into a wide knee child's pose. So I'll meet you there. We're going to just come to somewhere in the middle of the mat. You can part your knees as wide as the mat, maybe a bit wider if you have more opening in the hips and you want to go wider. Just start to look forward, maybe take a breath in. And as you're ready, just let your hands walk forwards as we exhale. And eventually let them slide all the way towards the front with straight-ish arms, and just let your chest drop down. Maybe your forehead rests on the ground as well. Breathing long and deep here, so just take a few deep breaths in your child's pose, forehead on the ground, on the earth. Or if that's not comfortable for you, you can just place your hands one on top of the other and rest your forehead there. Or even make fists with your hands and rest your forehead up there if you need a bit more space to breathe. So just taking a really deep breath in through the nose, maybe holding the breath at the top if that's comfortable. If not, don't worry about it. Otherwise, holding, and then as we exhale, see if you can drop your hips down into the ground and just let that breath go. Maybe you drop your shoulders. And again, breathing in to the belly. Really let your belly expand here. Grow big and wide. Take up lots of space. We inhale. And exhale, forehead towards the earth. Just let everything go from your day, your week. Shoulders slide down. If your arms are extended, it might feel nice to just reach as far as you can. As you reach your heels back, we're just going to be here taking these long, deep breaths in our child's pose. Toes come together, really stretching the hips back. We inhale. Hold at the top if you like. And exhale through the mouth. Next inhale, we're just going to lift the head slightly. Big breath in, really fill up the belly. On our exhale, I'm just going to start to walk my hands over to the right. All the way over, just as far as you want to go. For more, you can put your left hand on top of the right. Exhale, dropping the hips back down. Forehead comes again onto the ground. We exhale, breathing in, breathing out, stretching the left side of the body. We breathe in and letting go. And as you're ready, just inhaling to lift the head. We'll walk our hands back just to the center. Maybe breathe in here, lift the heart a little bit. You can push your hands into the ground. As we exhale, I'm dropping my chest and just walking my hands all the way over to the left side. So you can put them one over the other if you like, if you want more of a stretch, or just keep them wide open. We breathe in. Big breath out to release the torso, release the head down. Exhale. And we'll be here 2 more rounds of breath. Really filling up and expanding the lungs as you drop the hips, rooting the hips into the earth. We breathe in. We breathe out. And then next inhale helps us to lift. You can just push your hands into the ground, walk them back to center. One more inhale here. Maybe you keep your heart lifted. Breathe in, lift the heart, lift the eyes, look up, drop the shoulders. And as we exhale, rounding the spine slightly, just walking the hands back towards us. And then you probably need to move the legs now at this point, so just draw them back together. Maybe just pause here, maybe breathe the shoulders all the way up to the ears. And exhale, release them back down. And we'll swing our legs out in front of us. Just give your legs a little shake out if you need to here. Maybe loop the shoulders a few times. You can shake out your arms as well. Shaking, so beneficial for our nervous system, our glandular system, for moving the lymphatic fluid around the body. So just have a nice shake out. Great for increasing our immune health. You can flat the knees up and down if you want to here. Maybe just keep looping the shoulders. And maybe you roll them forwards. And then we'll let our feet come back to a seat here. So we're going to just gaze forwards. I'm going to turn to face you. And you might just put your hands on your knees. We'll take some seated cat-cow stretches here. So this is really nice spinal flexion. We're just moving the spine forward and back, opening the heart and the back of the shoulders. So I'm just placing my hands on my knees. And you can sit like this, half lotus, or just have the legs, cross-legged, like normal, cross-legged, or you can reach them all the way out in front. You don't have to sit like I'm sitting. It might feel nice to place hands on the knees like this as well. So lots of options. Just choose where's comfortable for you. And we're going to place the hands somewhere on the knees or the front of the legs. I'm going to breathe in, pull the heart forward as we draw the elbows back. We're lifting the heart, lifting the chin, looking up. Big deep breath. On the exhale, I'm tucking my chin. I'm pulling my navel in towards my spine as I push my back towards the back wall, rounding the shoulders, chin to chest. We breathe in to pull forward, and feel free to close your eyes here if that's comfortable for you. We exhale to round the spine, pull the navel in, press it back, and just continue with this. Forward and back, exhaling back, inhaling forward to open everything up, dropping the shoulders. Let's take maybe 10 rounds of breath here, forward and back. Go into your own world. You can always close the eyes, go inward. Just notice how this feels in your body today. You can make it big, big deep breath, or you might be playing with a smaller motion. That's fine as well. 3 more rounds of breath here. Opening the heart. Opening the shoulders. Last big inhale, we'll pull forward, looking up. Exhale, rounding back. We'll tuck the chin right into the chest. Maybe you tuck your tailbone under as well. Create that hollow sensation. And you might just sway side to side here as well. Still breathing. And then we'll inhale back to neutral spine. Shake out the head if you need to here. Now we'll do a similar thing, but we're just going to create a circle with our bodies. So this is, again, really good for the spine, really great for opening up the hips, moving the energy around, breaking up any stagnant energy that might be in our hips from sitting on the computer or whatever we've been doing. So we'll just take a big deep breath in here, facing forward to start. And then continuing to inhale, starting to lean to the right, pull forwards, just like we just did. On the exhale, beginning to come to the left and all the way back around. So just creating a circle as we breathe in and starting to breathe out to complete the circle at the back. All the way around. You can imagine that you're just like stirring a pot. Your spine, it's like a spoon and it's just stirring round and round. So just continuing with that motion. You can again close your eyes, go inward. Really just notice how it feels today for you. There's no wrong way to do this. Just find what you need. Notice the sensations in the body. As we breathe, as we move, you might want to get your shoulders involved as well, moving in and out, or even make some circles with the neck as you circle the rest of the body as well. Always linking it back to the breath. So we breathe into the belly, we breathe out through the nose or the mouth. I like that big open mouth exhale to release any tension that we might still be holding. And whenever you're ready, you can switch directions with that circle. So just going round to the back, to the left, and forward, then all the way to the right. Breathing in as we come to the front, breathing out as we go to the back. Again, just make it your own. Give yourself what you need. Kind of let your body move intuitively without you ordering it what to do. There's so much wisdom stored within the body, and it's just our job, it's our opportunity to quiet the mind so that we can hear what our body is trying to tell us. So still breathing long and deep. When it feels complete to you, just making your way back to that neutral spine in the center. Maybe taking a big deep breath in here. Holding at the top if that's comfortable. And exhaling to let go. Maybe you just let your palms face up. You can close your eyes for a moment here if you like. And just envision that your tailbone is rooting down into the ground, the very base of your body, just dropping down, down, down into the earth, feeling heavy through the lower half of the body. Breathing normally and naturally. Just let your weight sink into the ground. Let your toes relax, your glutes relax. Maybe you release your jaw. Let your tongue relax. Noticing the texture of the mat underneath you here. Noticing the sensation of the earth underneath your body. And just tapping into that sense of being completely supported by the ground holding you here. Steady, safe, still. Unmoving, the ground beneath your body. And as we breathe, as we feel ourselves getting heavy, you might also notice the temperature of the room, temperature of the air around you, Maybe you can even feel the breath, the air as it enters into your nostrils. That cool air, breathing it in. And as you exhale, you might notice how the air is warmer as it leaves your body. You might begin to notice the texture of the clothes on your skin, the feeling. Still breathing. Just being here, present with all your senses. Feeling the earth holding you. And knowing that you are in a place that is safe, steady and still. Rooting that tailbone down. As we inhale, you might begin to bring in energy, bring it up from the base of the spine, into the belly, breathing it in. Maybe feeling the spine begin to rise and grow tall, maybe even lifting up from the crown of your head, maybe dropping the shoulders and feeling the heart beginning to open, breathing in all the way up. And exhaling, dropping the shoulders, feeling the body open through the heart, lifting gently upward through the crown. And if you like here, feel free to keep your eyes closed. You can always, of course, have them open. Doesn't matter at all. But wherever you are with your eyes, we'll just start to bring the hands together. Maybe just take them to the heart center, thumbs pressing in. And I just invite you to take a very deep breath in here. As you do that, maybe bringing in an intention for your practice this evening or morning, whenever you're practicing. Just an intention, a dedication maybe. Breathing it in, something you'd like to remember or embody today. And as we exhale, we'll just release our palms. Breathe out through the mouth. And then just dropping the head down, all the way with the chin to the chest. Exhale with the breath, let it go. We'll inhale, rolling our head up, just taking a few neck stretches here before we continue. Lifting the nose all the way up to the ceiling, let your head drop back. And as we inhale, we're coming up and all the way forward as we exhale. And again, inhaling up. You can make it just one breath, one movement, up and back. Exhaling, rolling forward, chin to chest. So you might just take a couple more of those. Let the shoulders draw down, heart lifts. Exhaling, chin comes in. And we'll inhale the head back up to neutral. Breathe in. Drop the right ear towards that right shoulder here. And if you want more of a stretch, so you might just be right here. If you want more, you can take that left hand and just walk your fingertips out. Maybe even the right fingertips walk out as well. But we're still just dropping that ear over. We inhale. Exhale, gently coming back to neutral. And again, same thing. We'll inhale. Exhale, dropping the left ear over. Releasing the shoulders. Again, if you want more, walk the right fingers out, maybe the left fingers also. Long and deep breathing, releasing the jaw. We'll inhale back to center, just walking our hands back. And then just link the movements. So we'll inhale forward. Exhale, the chin comes in. And then I'm just rolling the right ear to the right shoulder. And you might stay here, rolling forward to exhale, inhaling to the opposite ear, left ear. Rolling forward again as we breathe out. Or if it feels good and it's safe in your neck, you might just want to come all the way back round in a big full circle towards the back as well. So that's an option. Just take 2 in each direction here. Long, deep breathing. Or if you're not dropping the head back, just rolling side to side, like you're drawing a smile with your nose in the air. Going the other direction if you were making those circles. Whenever you're ready, we'll just pause again, facing forward. This time, let your inhale be really big and deep here. So I'm going to stretch my fingers out to the sides, start to engage the arms a little bit. Imagine that you're scooping up energy, scooping up something in your palms here, reaching all the way out and up above the head. Huge breath in. Stretching tall as we exhale, turning my palms out, breathing out through the mouth. And again, breathing in, filling up. You might imagine that you're bringing in that intention you just created. Breathing it all the way in and up. Exhaling, palms turn out. You can even stick out your tongue here if you like a lion's breath. Looks silly, but you're at home, so it doesn't matter. Feels really good, a big release. So breathing in, breathing out. And we'll take one more big breath like this. Maybe it's the biggest breath you've taken all day, filling up the belly with that inhale. Releasing, maybe sticking out the tongue as you sweep the arms down. And then as you're ready, we're going to make our way to hands and knees table pose. So as we're here, we're going to just spread the fingers nice and wide. Look forward and just make sure that your hips are right over the knees. So you can always walk forward on your mat if you need to, give yourself a bit more space. Everything nice and aligned. And so we're just going to turn the backs of the elbows, the eyes of the elbows kind of forwards. Index fingers and thumbs are both pointing forwards as well. And our head facing forward. Start to engage the arms a little bit so you can wrap the triceps in towards each other. I'm going to breathe in, look forward. And as I exhale, I'm stretching my right leg back, right toes on the ground, and really flexing that foot. And you might just roll forward and back here a couple of times, still keeping the arms engaged. Maybe engaging that space between the shoulder blades a little bit. Looking forward, again inhaling, pressing the ground away. On my exhale, I'm just going to lift my right leg up, toes point down. So you might start to feel your center beginning to engage a little bit here. Gazing straight down to create that length in the back of the neck. And we're just breathing, pulling that heel back, breathing in, breathing out, pulling the hips square. One more inhale, exhale, and gently drop that knee. Maybe sway the hips a little side to side here between, or if you need to shake out your wrists, you can just sit up and give them a shake. Shake out the head before we take the other side. So looking forward again, we'll come right back to that table pose. So once your hands are all loose again, just let the index fingers point forwards, engage through the shoulders and the tops of the arms. I'm looking forward and down. And then just gently engaging through the core as well, breathing in. On the exhale, my left toes press into the ground, left leg extends back. When as you're ready, you might just want to kind of roll it out, let any creaks or cracks happen through the foot if you need to. And as you're ready, we'll look forward again, inhaling. On that exhale, lifting the back leg so the toes point down, heel is drawing back towards the back wall, creating a line of energy from the heel to the crown of the head. We breathe in, we breathe out, pressing the floor away, breathing in, stretching back as far as you can. Exhaling, just dropping that knee. And again, sway the hips if you need. You can even make some of those circles like we had in our seated position. Do the same thing from table pose. Big hip circles. Shake the head out. as much as you need to. And again, we'll come back to table. So just create that neutral spine, shoulders right over the wrists, hips right over the knees. Everything's just in alignment. Gaze is forward and down. We're going to start the same way. So as you're ready, coming to neutral, we breathe in. We exhale. I'm just drawing my right toes back. And you might want to lift it up, lift that leg up right away. Toes point down, crown reaches forward. We breathe in. We breathe out. As an option, so you can stay right here, or as an option you might want to start to lift your left hand. Maybe you just reach it forward and keep your fingertips on the ground. Breathing. Strong stretch. Just play with it. See where it takes you. Maybe you push the ground away and reach those fingertips forwards. Maybe you can reach all the way to the wall in front of you, if there's one there. Keep breathing. Reaching in both directions. And as you're ready to exhale, release that leg, release the hand. Maybe just stretch back into a child's pose for a moment. Let it all go. With the forehead on the ground, it might feel good here to interlace the fingers, lift the hands. Just roll out the wrists. Still breathing long and deep. And just shake them out as much as you need to. Before coming back, we'll take the other side. So again, we're in our table. Adjust as much as you need to. Get the fingers pointing forwards. Index fingers. Gaze is forwards. I'm inhaling. On the exhale, just stretching the left toes back, really flexing the foot, looking forwards, pressing the ground away. So we're quite active through the arms. Gaze is forwards. Maybe you start to lift that left leg. Breathing. Gentle core engagement here. Toes on the left foot point down. You can stay here. Or if you want to play with it, you can walk your right fingertips forward. Maybe they just stay on the mat. Stretching that left leg back. Or you could even just play with lifting the hand, reaching it forward. You can even press your right foot into the ground here. Press the left hand into the ground, push the floor away, breathing, stretching in opposite directions. Feeling your power emanating from your center, out through the fingertips, out through the heel. One more inhale. And we'll exhale, dropping down. Part the knees wide, we'll just bring the toes together. Sit back on the heels. And stretch forward into our wide knee child's pose. So forehead comes to the mat. Exhale all the breath. Just let that go. You can always stretch out or roll out the wrists again if you want to. Bending the elbows and lifting the hands, rolling the wrists one way then the other. And then as you're ready, stretching forward with the fingertips, breathing in, breathing out, stretching the hips back. And then inhaling to lift the head, walking our hands back towards us. And we'll just make our way back again through table pose. And then just move your knees back a little bit. So we're creating a bit of a longer shape. We're going to come into puppy pose, Anahatasana. This is a really nice way to open up the shoulders, and it's a heart opening pose. So really great for just opening up the whole top half of the body, opening, creating space. Just go as deep into the stretch as you want to go. It can be quite strong on the shoulders. So just play with your edge, or even before your edge. You don't have to go to the edge today. Just enjoy the feeling of the stretch. where you want it to go. So we're going to start by just looking forward again. Gentle engagement through the core. So I'm just tucking my tailbone really slightly. Breathing in. Starting to walk the hands forward as we breathe out. So just walk them as far as they'll go, as far as you want to stretch today. And then we're just starting to let the hips lift as we drop the heart towards the ground. You might drop your forehead here, stretching the arms forwards, creating a big dip in the back. Breathing. We inhale and exhale. If you have more stretch in you, if you want to go further into it, you can drop the chest and the chin to the ground. Dropping the elbows onto the earth, maybe looking forwards. We breathe in and out. This is a more strong variation, so don't worry if you're not here. Come right back, forehead on the ground. Just be where it feels good and breathe into it. So you can even play between the two or just let yourself settle in. Exhale all the breath. One more inhale. Melting the heart towards the ground. Exhale. And as you're ready, very gently, really press the ground away. Forehead comes to the mat if you had the chin down. And then we'll just slowly, slowly walk ourselves back to hands and knees table pose. And then from here, stretching back a little bit, tucking the toes under, breathing in, looking forwards. As we exhale, you might just slide your hands forward on the mat, tuck the toes right under, and we'll lift the hips up and back into our upside down V shape. And again, if you want more of a stretch, you can walk your hands further forwards, maybe slide the toes back. Let the head just completely relax here. So we are engaging through the arms and the feet here, tucking the tailbone slightly, pressing the ground away to really feel that stretch. Again, it's kind of similar to what we just did. We're melting the heart towards the ground. Breathing. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. And then as you're ready, we're just going to breathe in and walk our feet slowly up towards our hands. Nice and easy. Bend the knees a little. Grab opposite elbows here. We're just going to come into a relaxed forward fold. So dropping the head. Take a big breath in. Maybe you feel your belly pressing against the thighs here as you expand with that breath in. And the exhale, we just let the whole body drop towards the ground. Resting on the legs. Might feel nice to sway side to side here with the arms. Long, deep breaths. Chin to chest, you might shake out your head as well. Shifting the weight left and right. And as you're ready, just dropping your arms, let them go. Let the head relax. I'm just scrolling slowly up, tucking the tailbone as we go. Arms stay nice and heavy. We're going to eventually come to standing, but really see how slowly you can move here. That's the challenge. Turn off your mind. Hone into your breath. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. Slowly, slowly. Restacking each vertebrae. Head and shoulders are going to be the last thing to come up. And once they do, maybe you open your eyes. Let the arms reach out and above the head. Big deep breath in. Maybe you hook your thumbs here if you want a little back bend. You can take one by pushing the hips forward, gently opening the elbows apart, leaning back. Then inhaling to come back up to neutral. And just releasing the arms down. So just let yourself be here for a moment. Breathing, standing. Notice the difference. Let the pressure equalize. And then we'll come into a more conscious Tadasana or mountain pose. So facing toward the front of the mat if you like. Just going to lift our toes and spread them out, and then press each toe back into the ground. Really deliberately pressing into the earth here. Gentle bend in the knees if you like. We'll tuck the tailbone, and just again, you might breathe in, and as we exhale, just drop all your weight into the earth, like we did when we were seated. And from here, drawing up that energy from the ground. As we breathe in, we're pulling energy up into the legs, lifting the kneecaps up, engaging the thighs. Maybe you tuck your tailbone again slightly, feeling that lift through the front of the body. And as we're here, arms by the sides, maybe you lift your shoulders up towards your ears to breathe in. And let them draw all the way back and down to breathe out. So we're really creating this openness through the chest. Gazes forward, palms face forward, lifting the crown. Maybe you tuck the chin just ever so slightly. Gazes forward, coming back to that intention, that dedication, breathing it in, breathing it out. On our inhale, I'm stretching my arms all the way above the head. Big deep breath in. As we exhale, you might reach stretching straight forward, or take your hands through prayer position as you exhale into a forward bend. So we'll take a nice relaxed sun salutation here. I'm going to drop my knees, bend my knees, drop my hips to get my hands on the ground. So we're just coming into like a low squat here. Looking forward, I'm going to breathe in. And then pressing my left hand, left foot on the ground. My right leg is going to stretch back, and I'm dropping my knee, my toe on the ground. And then here, just see what's happening to your front knee. If your front knee is coming over past your ankle, like mine is right here, I'm just going to work to bring it back to neutral, back to that L shape, 90-degree L shape. So you can just draw the hips back to get there. You might want to scooch your back knee back a bit more, your right knee. And then with that left arm, I'm just coming up on that front knee. Right arm does the same. Dropping the shoulders and lifting the heart here. Breathing in, challenging the balance. Squeeze the inner thighs to help with that balance. You can stay right here, just kind of actively pushing that knee away to create that lift through the front of the body. Or if you want to challenge your balance a little more, we'll keep that knee right over the ankle, not coming past the ankle, just right over. And I'm going to breathe in to stretch my arms up. Big deep breath in, pulling them back as we breathe out. You can make like a circle. And again, breathing in, lifting up, reaching up, exhaling to pull back behind us. And then I'm just going to place my left hand on that front leg. Maybe it's starting to talk to you at this point. Right hand comes to the ground. Left hand comes to the ground. Tucking my right toes under. I'm just lifting that knee for a moment. Breathing in. Arms stay strong to help me stretch back. And you might come right into a plank here just for a moment. You might want to drop the knees right away. Or you might just prefer to come through table. So wherever you are, we're breathing in. If you are in plank, we're going to drop our knees. Relax our feet, bend the elbows, and just let ourselves come all the way onto our belly, onto the ground. Hands are going to just be a little resting place for our forehead here. We breathe in and breathe out, relaxing the hips. Breathing in, breathing out. So this is a gentle back bend. This is Crocodile Pose. You can stay here. If you want a little more of a back bend, You can join me for Cobra stretch. So we'll place the forehead on the ground and let our palms come either side of our rib cage here. Squeeze the elbows towards each other. Forehead stays low for now. And just really start to root down through the lower back, pressing the hips into the earth, pressing the pubic bone into the ground here. We breathe in, elbows close to the body. Start to peel the nose forward, the chin, the chest. Big inhale as we lift up, and you might just come a little way up. You might want to press into the ground and come up a little higher. We inhale. As we exhale, just releasing back down. And then we'll push the ground away, help ourselves stretch up. Take a nice cat stretch here, so just reaching back like our child's pose. Reaching the hips back, arms forwards. Take a round of breath in. And let it go. And then we'll inhale, looking forwards. I'm just coming back through that table shape. So there's a couple of options here. You can stay in table and simply lift your right foot to the center of the mat and maybe grab the ankle and help it back into that lunge shape. If you want a bit more of a stretch in the back of the legs, you can come through upside down V first of all right away. Tucking the toes, lifting the hips, breathing in. Arms stay strong, breathing out. Next inhale, we just look forward and step that right foot between the hands. And again, you can always help it. Grab the ankle, we'll drop the left knee and toe. And then I'm looking forwards. So you might just be right here, fingertips on the mat, breathing. Or if you want to come up higher, you can put your left hand on the knee, right hand on the knee. Draw the hips back so that front knee stays over the ankle. I'm gazing forward, lifting the heart to breathe in. Breathe out. Or if you want to, you can drop the hip a bit lower on that left side. Squeeze the inner thighs towards each other and raise both arms up to breathe in. Pull back as we breathe out. And maybe once again, squeezing the thighs towards each other, lifting up. Breathing out through the mouth. Nice. As we exhale, my left hand comes to my knee, right hand to the ground. Left hand to the ground. Tucking my left toes under here, lifting the hips, looking forward, and you might just create a little momentum for yourself to step somewhere towards the top of the mat. And then gather your feet, gather your standing shape, and we'll breathe in to take a half lift. So just hands come to the lower legs, breathing in, crown reaches forwards. On my exhale, I'm just letting myself come all the way back into that forward fold. You can bend your knees here, grab opposite elbows. Let the head and neck just relax. Long, deep breaths. And then you might want to scroll up again, dropping the arms, tucking the tailbone, slowly rising to standing. Take your time, there's no rush. Bending both knees as we rise gradually all the way up to standing. Rooting the feet into the ground. Just feel that earth connection here. Chin to chest. And then eventually letting the head rise up. We'll breathe in and stretch our arms out, opening up like you're greeting a new day. As we exhale, hands are just going to come to heart center, pausing here. Let your thumbs press into your sternum. Maybe loop the shoulders back and down. Feel free to close your eyes and just be in your body right now. Breathing in, breathing out. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. Maybe you come back to that intention you created, breathing it in, feeling it in your whole body, breathing it out, releasing the hands when you're ready. And you might just want to give the whole body a little shake again. So good for the immunity. You can bounce up and down if you like. Get the arms moving above the head, kick out the legs. Just kind of shake everything out. Doesn't matter how it looks. You're at home. Just kick everything out, shake everything out, all around. And then when you're ready, we're going to come to a big wide stance. So you might face forward and then just step your right leg back, facing the side of your mat. So adjust if you need to. And you don't have to make it very wide. It can be shorter, of course, of a stance. Just whatever's comfortable for you. So I'm comfortable right here. Toes are just going to point straight forwards. And we'll take a nice wide leg forward fold here. Really great for our spine. So I'm going to inhale, stretch the arms out and up. Stretch above the head, look up. Fingertips into the sky. On the exhale, reaching the arms straight out, coming into a swan dive. So you might lift your kneecaps up here towards the thighs, looking forward, forward, forward. And then eventually coming into our forward bend. And you might want to grab opposite elbows here. Maybe your hands touch the ground and you just let your head rest. No weight in the head, so just let it go. Or if you want more of a stretch, you can take your hands and stretch them back towards the back wall behind you, fingertips pointing to the back wall. And allowing the crown of the head to reach towards the ground here. So breathing in, breathing out. And wherever you are, maybe you're more upright, you're just letting the arms grab, sway side to side. You can shift the weight between the left and right leg. Again, just finding what feels good to you. Not paying attention to the mind. Right now we're coming into the body. So just be here, breathing in, breathing out. Really nice. Breathing in, we're going to look forwards. If your hands were on the ground, lifting them up. Gentle engagement through the core. We'll just place our hands on our hips and then bend our knees, keeping the spine long as we come all the way up. So from here, just walk your feet in together, give them a little shake out if you need to. And we'll take another little stretch. So as an option, you can keep the feet together for this one or slightly apart, or you can make it wide again. If you want more opening through the hips, and if that felt really good, you can take the feet wide. So wherever you want to be, either wide or just kind of shoulder distance. We'll soften the knees a little bit to start with. Breathing in, I'm going to reach the arms above my head, big breath in. And then to show you from the side here, I'm going to bring the arms back behind us, clasp the fingers together, bring the hands nice and high up in the middle of the back here so the elbows are really wide. And you can be wide leg here as well, totally fine. We're going to breathe in, look up, lift the heart. And on the exhale, start to draw those hands towards the ground. So we're still lifting the heart. This is again, strong stretch for the shoulders, really opening up the shoulders, the chest, the heart space, which we all need right now. Breathing in, really lifting the heart, looking up. And again, on that exhale, you can feel free to swan dive your way forwards. Gentle engagement through the core, reaching the arms right back behind you. Long spine as we come into our forward bend once again. Eventually letting the crown reach to the ground, and the arms might stretch above the head. If you have tight shoulders like me, they might not be coming that far up above the head. You can also open up the palms to make it less intense on the shoulders, or if you're just not feeling this shoulder stretch, feel free to just keep the arms open and reach your arms up into the air. But the head is relaxed wherever you're doing. We're letting the blood flow towards the brain, towards the heart. relaxing the nervous system, lowering the heart rate, breathing long and deep. Wherever you are, feeling that stretch through the shoulders if your hands are together. Exhale, leaning into it. Really let the head relax. There's no pressure. There's nothing holding the head and neck up. We breathe in and out. And as you're ready, stretching the arms back. Again, navel draws in to protect the lower back. We're slowly coming up, hands come to the hips, lifting all the way up to standing with a straight spine, tucking the tailbone slightly, breathing in, just let the palms face forward, bring your feet kind of hips distance. We inhale and exhale. Always good to pause between leaning forward or back bends. Always good to just come right back to neutral and take a breath. Notice. Really nice. So if you want to here again, you can roll out your wrists if they need a bit of extra love. Just link the fingers together and roll them in circles. As a counter stretch to the forward bending, we'll just take a supported back bend here, standing supported back bend. So I'm going to put my hands right on my lower back. My fingers point down, squeezing the elbows towards each other. We're going to breathe in, look forward like we just did, lifting the heart, lifting up through the chin. As we exhale, tuck the tailbone slightly and just push the hips forward and let yourself lean back. You might just be leaning back a little, let the shoulders draw down. Or maybe you lean further back. Whatever feels good. I like to keep my chin tucked, but if it feels okay in your neck, you could drop the head back. Breathing in, breathing out, and inhale to come up. Big deep breath in, back to neutral spine. We'll tuck the chin and just bring the arms all the way above the head to inhale. Interlacing the fingers, and as we exhale, hands are just going to come to the back of the neck, so you can point your thumbs down, stretch the elbows open. We inhale, lifting up, and on the exhale, tucking our tailbone, rounding the spine. Imagine that you're just creating like a cradle, elbows draw towards each other. And then to inhale, we do the reverse, let the shoulders slide down. Let everything open up like a sunflower, opening up to the sun. And again, we exhale, tailbone tucks, create that rounded spine, releasing any pressure from the neck. Breathing in, just taking several of these. Movement linked to the breath, opening to inhale, exhaling to close and round. Notice how it feels to open the heart, to close the heart, protect it, opening the shoulders, going between the two. Exhaling. We'll take one more round here. We breathe in to open. We breathe out to close and round. Elbows right in. Drop the head. And then just release your arms. Breathe in to slowly let the head come back to neutral. And then from here, we'll just step our feet wide one more time and just sway the arms side to side. So a nice, gentle spinal twist. Really beneficial for the spine. Also nice to just feel your arms moving through space. You can even imagine you're sweeping away anything you don't need. Sweeping it away out of your life, side to side. Stay with your breath. Just let your body be kind of heavy and soft. You can always lift one heel as well if you want to make it a bit more active as you twist. And starting to slow the movement. Slow it down. Sway the hips side to side. And then just step the feet just a little wider than the shoulders. And we'll turn the toes out. I'm going to breathe in and stretch all the way up. I'm going to come down into Malasana or yoga squat. So you can just bring the palms together if you like. And if you want to, you can take them right to your heart center and start to make your way down. So we're going to drop the hips and let the knees bend over the toes. So this might be where you are. This might feel comfortable. You can bring the knees in a little bit and just kind of be right here. If that's not happening for you, from here, might feel good to breathe in, stretch up. Exhale, hands come through the heart center. Maybe just let your hands kind of rest on the legs as we slowly lean the hips back and lower ourselves down. You can widen the elbows if you like. Bring the feet closer if you need to. And then just be here again. Hands can come to heart center. And you can always place something underneath you, like a yoga block if you have one. If you have just a big book, that would do. Otherwise, feel free to just sit all the way down and bring the knees out in front of you. So this is getting really a lot of the same benefits through that hip opening. We're still pulling the knees apart, lifting the spine, lifting the chest. So in this stretch, we don't want to round the spine. We want to really keep the heart open. So whether your feet and your hips are on the ground, or whether you're in your full squat, your heels can be down on the ground, or they might be lifted. Wherever you are, we're just breathing. Keep the shoulders pulling down as we lift through the crown of the head, really rooting the tailbone towards the earth. Strong, powerful earth energy underneath us. We're rooting down into it. Breathing in, breathing out. Feeling the texture of the mat under the feet. Feeling the sensation of the earth underneath the mat. Steady, solid, still. Keep that heart lifted. And as you're ready, we'll exhale. If you're not there already, we're going to drop the hips. Nice. And let the legs stretch all the way out in front. They probably want to be stretched out a little bit here. I'm just going to adjust this. Stretch them all the way out. Give them a shake if you need to. Maybe loop the shoulders again. Big breath out through the mouth. We inhale. Exhale. You can even make fists with your hands here. Just kind of tap out your legs all the way down towards the feet, waking them up a little bit, giving them some gentle loving self-touch around the hips. And then shaking out the arms again. So we'll take another couple of forward bends. We're doing a lot of forward bends today because it's a really nice opportunity to go inward. So every time we kind of lean in, we're literally leaning in towards ourselves. It's a time to quiet the mind, move it away from any of the distractions outside of us and go inside. Ask yourself, how am I feeling today? Just notice what's going on. So I invite you to take those cues, maybe ask yourself those questions as we move through these next few forward folds. Just take it nice and easy at your own pace as always. Move with your breath. We'll take the right leg. We'll start with the right leg. We'll put the foot on the inside of the left thigh. And your knee might be right up in the air, totally fine. You can just work to gently lean it down, or it might be fine just up where it is. You can even place a block or anything else you have, cushion underneath if you like. And then from here we're going to stretch the left toes back towards our face, so we're just engaging that left leg a little bit. I'm going to look forward and breathe in, stretch both arms way up above the head. And on the exhale, start to lean forward. We're lifting up gently in and up through that core. So keeping that core engagement to protect the lower back. I'm going to look forward, open heart. Your heart is leading your way as we lean in. So just let yourself lean towards that leg. And then you might just want to flow with the breath here, inhaling up, exhaling forward, tucking the chin slightly, breathing in to open up, lifting, exhaling, leaning into it. And maybe this time you just let your hands rest wherever it's comfortable. They might be on the ground. We're still stretching the heart forwards. They might reach to your ankle, or maybe even grab around your toe or the whole of your foot. But wherever you are, just keep that left foot flexed. Keep lifting the heart up and forwards. Maybe your gaze is over that big toe as you slowly lean your way down. We're keeping the heart lifted and the spine long until we can't stretch further anymore, forwards anymore. And then eventually exhaling, letting the head and neck relax. And this is your opportunity to go inward, breathing in, breathing out. Notice the sensations in the body, the legs, the hips, within the mind. Notice the thoughts, just noticing without any judgment. Only compassion for ourselves. We breathe in, we breathe out. And as you're ready to inhale, looking forward, maybe just walk your hands up that leg. Nice. Stretching up if you like to breathe in. And we'll exhale, just switching sides. So you can shake your arms out if you need to. We'll take the other side, so the left foot comes on the inside of that right leg. Just make yourself comfortable here. Again, your knee might be up. You can always just work towards having it pressing towards the ground. If you have tightness in the hips, it might be further upright, and that's totally fine. Just be right where you are today. We're going to look forward, pressing the left sole of the foot into that right inner thigh. Right toes are going to flex back. And then again, you can breathe in and stretch up tall, really rooting the tailbone and lifting the heart. We breathe in. On that exhale, tucking the chin slightly and just letting our arms reach forwards, letting the heart reach forwards. And again, inhaling to lift. You can flow with the breath if you like. Exhale, waving it down, just like the waves in the ocean. We breathe in to lift up. We breathe out to lean in. And maybe once more breathing in, keeping that core engaged slightly. We exhale, reaching forward past the toes. Hands come wherever is comfortable. They might be down on the ground. Your hands might be right close to your hips. And leaning in, this might be right where you are. Strong stretch just as it is. We draw the shoulders back and down, breathing in. The heart is always the thing that's pulling forward first. Let your heart come before the head. Let your heart lead your way. Breathing. Chin tucked just slightly. Keep that heart lifting forward, pulling forward as you draw the right hip back. Breathing in. Breathing out. When you can't lean forward anymore, maybe just allow the head to relax. And of course, if you're reaching further past the toes, that's fine. You can just let the head relax further down towards that leg. Just be where you are today. We breathe in and out. Release the head. Breathing in. Breathing out. As you're ready to come up, inhaling to lift, look forward. Maybe stretch the arms past the toes and all the way above the head. And we'll just take a counter stretch with the arms back behind us. Let both legs reach out in front of you. Maybe just give them a shake out. Shake your shoulders. Shake your head. And we'll just take upward table pose. So the hands, you can choose, either the fingers are going to point forwards or you can point them back behind you. I find it more comfortable like this. We're going to breathe in and lift the heart, inhaling. You might stay right here. Spread the fingers wide, lift the chest. Or it might feel good to exhale. So you can either stretch all the way forward, upward plane, or come into that upward table by bending the knees, lifting the heart, breathing in, looking up, shoulders draw back, exhaling. We'll take one more big breath in here. Lift the hips towards the ceiling. Shoulders pull back, opening up that chest. Exhaling to come out of the stretch. Slowly lowering the hips to the ground. We'll place the soles of the feet on the earth and just take our hands to the front of the knees. I'm going to breathe in to pull the heart forward like we were doing at the beginning. Seated cat-cow, opening. Breathing out, rounding the spine. Taking a couple of these. Always moving with the breath. We inhale, opening. Exhale, closing. Leaning back. So good for the spine. Can't do enough spinal flexion. Taking one more big inhale here, shoulders pull back. Exhale, we're going to let the shoulders round. And you might just hang out here for a couple of breaths. You might eventually start to let your arms drop back and your lower back start to come towards the ground, slowly rolling all the way to the earth. So nice and slow. And once you're there, I'm just going to stretch all the way out. Take a full body stretch if you like, reaching all the way back behind you. Reaching and stretching. Stretching the toes forward. Big breath in. Exhale. Let the arms come by your sides. So we'll take a bridge pose here. Let the soles of the feet come to the mat. And just rest your hips on the earth. I'm going to bring my arms to either side. Palms face flat on the ground. Chin is tucked just slightly, just to begin with. And so we'll just move through this together nice and slow. I'm going to keep the shoulders pressing into the ground. Gentle engagement through the core again. Tucking the tailbone. So anytime we tuck the tailbone, we already start to engage that lower abdominal area. We tuck the tailbone, and as I inhale, I'm lifting my hips up towards the ceiling. Leaning the weight back into the shoulders. Lifting the hips up, up, up. And if your toes are pointing out or in, you want to draw them just parallel. So the hips, knees, and toes are all in a line, just like train tracks. Maybe it might feel good to scooch one shoulder and then the other right underneath you to allow that opening through the hips, lifting into a deeper back bend. If you're here, breathing in, breathing out, pushing the elbows into the ground, lifting the heart. One more big breath in here, stretching up, opening the back. And we'll tuck the tailbone to come out nice and slowly. Slowly releasing back down to the ground. Rolling all the way down. Let your tailbone press into the earth. Stretch the arms out to the sides. Big breath in. Big breath out. We're going to bring the knees to the chest. And then inhaling here. Arms are out nice and wide. I'm just going to drop my legs to the right side. So a nice side twist. You might find that you want to scooch your hips back towards the left to get a bit more of a twist. Or for even deeper of a twist, you can cross that left leg over the right and cross over to come into your twist. If your legs are hanging in the air like mine, sometimes it's nice to give yourself a bit of grounding with that right hand. It can just gently draw both knees towards the earth. If you want more of a twist in the upper body, you can look over that left arm. We breathe in, breathing out. Twisting all the breath out of the body, letting the weight of the shoulders melt into the ground. Close the eyes if you like. Next inhale will come out nice and slow. Untwist your legs if they were crossed, and we'll just bring both knees up to our chest again. Arms reach straight out. Big breath in here. Really pushing the heart towards the ceiling as we inhale. And on that exhale, again, same thing on this side. So just letting the legs drop to the left. If you want more of a stretch, you can always bump your hips over to the right and then drop the knees down. Or again, you can also cross over right knee over left if you need to, and give yourself that grounding anchor with that left arm. Maybe looking over the right shoulder, breathing. Twisting out, releasing out toxins from the body, releasing stagnant energy, releasing old patterns and thoughts through our twist, just wringing out anything that you don't need, letting it go. We breathe in, exhaling to release. One more inhale here, and releasing, exhaling. Slowly starting to unwind so you can bring your head back to neutral. Uncross the legs if they were crossed over. And we'll just bring the knees to the chest this time. Hands come to the front of the legs, or maybe you wrap your arms all the way around yourself. Just give yourself a hug. You can rock side to side. Roll the head along the ground, left and right. Just take a moment to be right here in your body today. Maybe giving thanks to your body for everything it allows you to do and experience. All of your senses. Our bodies do so much for us, so just really hold yourself here. Tell your body, thank you, thank you, thank you for absolutely everything. We'll let our legs drop to the ground, extending out. I'm just taking one more stretch here before our final relaxation. So as an option, you can bring the soles of the feet together and maybe stay right here with the arms by the sides. That might feel good. Or you can stretch the arms up above your head, breathe in. Grab opposite elbows and just pull the elbows towards the ground. You might find that your shoulders are coming up towards your ears. So keeping the hands on the elbows, I'm just going to slide my shoulders down till it feels nice and restful, and we can really open up the heart here. So the heart remains lifted, shoulders are pressing into the ground away from the ears. Breathing in, breathing out. Torso exposed, hips open. This can feel maybe a little vulnerable. So obviously feel free to adjust if you don't enjoy this stretch. But if it feels okay, or you're just exploring the sensation, breathing in, into the belly, breathing into the rib cage, breathing all the way into the chest. Breathing out, relaxing the chest, relaxing the ribs, the sides of the body, relaxing the navel towards the ground. We breathe in, 3-part breath, belly, rib cage, and chest, opening, expanding. We breathe out, the chest falls, the sides of the body soften. Navel draws into the spine. We'll take one more breath like this. Keep drawing the shoulders down, opening the belly, reaching the belly button towards the ceiling as we inhale. Inhaling to the ribs, sides of the body. Inhaling all the way up to the chest, the heart space. Maybe you feel the tingling all the way up the crown of the head. And releasing as we exhale. Let the back press into the ground. Slowly unwind your arms. Maybe stretch the arms out in front of you. Take one more big full body stretch here. Reaching in opposite directions. Stretching the toes forward. The fingers back. And then as we exhale, just let yourself settle on the mat. We'll come into our relaxation posture, Shavasana. So adjust as much as you need to. You can part the feet wide as the mat if you like. You can let the arms reach away from the sides. But I encourage you just to keep the hands lower than the heart. So that's just going to help to lower the heart rate, help the body and the nervous system begin to relax, to switch to that relaxation mode, coming into the parasympathetic nervous system. You can always turn the head left and right a couple of times. Maybe unclench your jaw, open the mouth wide, release any tension that might be lingering there. Take a big deep breath into the belly like we just did. And exhale to melt onto your mat. So we'll be here in our relaxation. And as we breathe, I invite you again to just come back to the sensation of the ground underneath your body. Maybe the temperature of the air in the room around you. Maybe you come back to the feeling of the clothes on your skin. Maybe let your awareness drift right inward, honing in on the sound of your own breath. Just watching that breath. No judgment. And here I invite you to just play with the idea that right now, in this moment, there's nowhere that you need to be. Imagine there's nothing you need to do. There's no role you need to play. There's nobody's needs that you have to meet in this moment right now. You are already whole, complete, and perfect. Just watching that breath. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. Maybe you allow the body to soften with every exhale, releasing deeper into the ground, into that feeling of being held and supported. Maybe with every inhale you imagine or see all the cells in your body that make up your entire being, filling with light. And every exhale again, just softening into the earth. Nothing to do. Nowhere to go. Let your tongue relax down, away from the roof of the mouth. Allow the jaw to relax as we breathe. Relaxing our shoulders. Relax the chest and heart. Open to any sensation or feeling that lingers there. Treating ourselves only with compassion as we continue to breathe and rest. Allowing the torso and the belly to soften and relax. Relaxing the back, breathing, relaxation, all the way down the hips, the glutes, the legs. Feeling your feet very heavy. Relaxing the arms and hands. Beginning to relax all the muscles in the face. Breathing in. Breathing out, softening everything. Allowing your breath to relax. Allowing your mind to relax. Let the mind relax. Just breathing in. Just breathing out. Feel free to stay here as long as you like. Resting in your bliss. Whenever you feel ready, you can start to bring some gentle movement back into the fingers and the toes. Be very gentle. There's no rush. Maybe you let your head turn to the left and then over to the right. Breathing, reconnecting to that long, deep breath. You might inhale deeply, maybe beginning to stretch the arms back above the head like a full body stretch. Reaching as long as you can, stretching in both directions, pointing the toes, big deep breath in. On the exhale, just let yourself relax. One knee can come into the chest and then the other. And it might feel nice here to just rock yourself a few more times, side to side. Release the jaw. We'll roll to one side and just let your arms be like a pillow underneath the head. Knees can just be bent. Pausing here. Take an inhale. And then let everything release. Just know that you're held, you are safe and supported. When you're ready, you might use one arm to help you push into the ground, and then the other arm helping ourselves up to a comfortable seat. So we'll just meet there. Make yourself comfortable. Let the shoulders draw down. And to close our practice, we'll just bring the hands together. Maybe you rub your palms, creating new energy. Take a big deep breath in, thumbs at the heart center. Big breath out through the mouth. And we'll take one more inhale here. As we exhale, just let your head bow forward towards your hands, bowing, thanking yourself for showing up, for giving yourself this time, this movement, this breath. And I want to thank you all so much for joining me here today on your mat, and I bow to you. Thank you so much, and please let me know. You can write in the comments, you can message Luna Yoga, you can message me. My name is Louise Holcomb. Let us know if you have any questions or if you need anything else from your practice that we can add, and we'll keep adding videos and hope to see you here next time. So thank you.